What if the secret to clearer vision after 60 wasn't found in an eye drop bottle, but in your evening glass? Because here's what the research shows. After the age of 60, your eyes start losing their natural ability to repair and rehydrate themselves during sleep. The result? You wake up with burning dryness, blurry vision, and a sense that your sight is just fading. But what if this isn't just aging? What if your body is missing specific compounds, ones that used to be abundant in your youth, that fuel nighttime eye repair? You see, your eyes aren't just passive organs. They're metabolically active, constantly repairing cells, recycling fluid, and battling inflammation. And they rely heavily on key nutrients like lutein, zeaxanthin, anthocyanins, and certain amino acids to do that, especially at night, during sleep. But here's the kicker. Most people over 60 unknowingly block this repair process by what they drink, or don't drink, before bed. Water alone isn't enough. And in some cases, plain water can even make things worse by diluting electrolytes that your retina depends on. In today's video, we're diving deep into 4 science-backed juices you should drink before bed, not in the morning, to hydrate your eyes from the inside out, reduce inflammation, improve tear production, and even support your retinal cells. These aren't gimmicks. They're grounded in neuroscience, nutritional biochemistry, and studies on age-related macular degeneration and dry eye syndrome. You'll learn why most eye vitamins miss the real root cause of vision decline after 60. How to time these juices for maximum effect. Hint, it's not during the day. And what's really happening in your brain and retina when your eyes feel gritty, dry, or tired. So stay with me, because the third juice is especially powerful for older adults who experience blurry vision at night. And the fourth one? It might surprise you. A juice most seniors avoid, but used correctly. It can regenerate your eyes like almost nothing else. Let's get into it. You've probably been told that blurry or dry eyes after 60 are just part of getting older, that your lenses are wearing down, or your glasses need adjusting. But that explanation misses something much deeper and more important. The real issue? It starts with your tear film, the incredibly thin, 3-layer shield that coats the surface of your eye. Now here's the surprising part. Your tear film isn't just there to keep your eyes moist. It's actually your first line of defense for vision clarity, inflammation control, and immune balance in the eye. And after 60, your body begins to produce fewer high-quality tears, especially at night. Not just less water, but fewer mucins and oils, which are essential for locking moisture in and keeping irritants out. Without this balance, your tear film becomes unstable. It evaporates too quickly, leaving your eyes exposed, dry, and inflamed. But here's where it gets more interesting and more hopeful. New research from the Journal of Ophthalmology and the Ocular Surface shows that age-related vision decline is not just about dryness. It's also about chronic low-grade inflammation in the retina, the light-sensing layer at the back of your eye. In fact, retinal cells are some of the most energy-hungry cells in your body. They require an immense amount of oxygen, nutrients, and antioxidants, especially during the night, when your brain and visual system enter repair mode. But if your tear film is breaking down, if your blood flow is restricted due to oxidative stress, and if you're not consuming the right nutrients before bed, then your eyes are left to fight this battle alone, with limited tools. Have you ever noticed how you wake up with gritty, irritated eyes, yet they slowly improve during the day? That's a sign that your overnight repair window isn't being supported. Let's break that down. What's happening in your brain and eyes overnight is remarkable. Your body goes into a state of glymphatic cleansing, a term used in neuroscience to describe how cerebrospinal fluid flushes out toxins and metabolic waste from the brain and retina. It's like your nervous system's night shift janitor. But here's the catch. This cleansing system depends on proper hydration, anti-inflammatory nutrients, and healthy microcirculation, especially through the tiny vessels feeding your retina and optic nerve. Without that support, inflammation builds, tissues stiffen, and photoreceptor cells, the ones that detect light, begin to degrade faster than they should. The good news? You can slow or even reverse parts of this process by giving your eyes what they need at the right time. And that brings us to the focus of this series. What you drink before bed can either support or sabotage your eye's ability to heal. Because while eye drops are external and temporary, the real healing happens internally while you sleep. And the key is feeding your retina, tear glands, and optic nerve the compounds they crave. Natural melatonin precursors. Anthocyanins for capillary health. Anti-inflammatory polyphenol. Nitrate compounds to enhance blood flow. Now, we'll begin with one of the most effective and most misunderstood natural tools, tart cherry juice. It's more than just a sleep aid. It's a recovery accelerator for your eyes, brain, and nervous system. So let's dive into the first juice, and why drinking it before bed may be the missing link to clearer vision and restored moisture after 60. If there's one juice you should consider adding to your nightly routine after 60, not just for sleep, but for your eyes, it's this one, tart cherry juice. Now, you might already know tart cherries as a natural sleep aid. That's true. But what most people don't realize is that tart cherry juice supports retinal recovery, reduces oxidative stress, and enhances overnight repair of your visual system, all through its natural effects on melatonin. Let's start with the science. Melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone. It's actually a powerful retinal antioxidant, one that protects the photoreceptor cells in your eyes from nighttime damage. In fact, your retina produces its own melatonin, separate from your brain, to regulate light sensitivity and defend against oxidative injury. As we age, especially after 60, melatonin production declines. That affects your sleep, yes, but it also leaves your eyes more vulnerable to inflammation, dry spots, and blurred vision in the morning. And this is where tart cherry juice comes in. A study published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who drank tart cherry juice before bed had significantly increased melatonin levels and improved sleep efficiency, but also, in follow-up studies, showed reduced markers of systemic inflammation. Why does this matter for your eyes? Because when your sleep improves and melatonin rises naturally, your retinal tissue heals more efficiently during deep sleep. Your tear glands become more regulated. Inflammation markers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha go down. And perhaps most importantly, your eyes can retain moisture longer, thanks to improved tear film balance. Now let's get practical. How to use it? Timing matters. Drink half a cup, about 4 ounces, of unsweetened tart cherry juice 1 hour before bed. Avoid mixing with calcium or dairy at the same time, which can blunt melatonin's absorption. Choose Montmorency cherry varieties. They have the highest concentration of natural melatonin and anthocyanins. Look for no added sugar. You want pure juice or concentrate diluted with water. Let's talk about those anthocyanins for a moment, because they're critical. These dark pigments, which give cherries their deep red color, have been shown to reduce capillary fragility, improve blood flow to the retina, and even protect against age-related macular degeneration in animal models. They're like retinal armor, shielding your delicate eye tissue from daily oxidative stress. Now, you might be wondering, can I just take a melatonin supplement instead? It's a fair question, but here's the deal. Synthetic melatonin doesn't deliver the full spectrum of polyphenol, potassium, and anti-inflammatory compounds that tart cherry juice does. And in some seniors, oral melatonin can actually disrupt natural circadian rhythms when used long-term. That's why using food-based melatonin support, like tart cherry juice, is gentler and more holistic. It works with your body, not against it. This isn't a quick fix. You'll start to notice the effects over a few nights. Less dryness in the morning, fewer blurry episodes after waking, and, for some, a noticeable boost in clarity and visual comfort by week 2 or 3. And here's the subtle bonus. Because your sleep improves, your glymphatic system, the one responsible for nighttime detox of the brain and eyes, works better, clearing waste and fluid buildup that contributes to pressure behind the eyes. If you're finding this helpful, consider tapping the subscribe button. This channel is here to bring you practical, science-based tools to help you optimize your body and brain after 60. We go deep, and everything is grounded in real research, not hype. Now, we're diving into a juice that's often forgotten, but was once used by World War II pilots to sharpen their night vision. And yes, it works. Let's explore the power of bilberry juice, and how it can enhance circulation directly to your retina. Imagine flying a combat plane in the middle of the night. No GPS, no radar, just your eyes. That was the reality for many World War II pilots. And according to military records, British airmen were given a special dark purple berry to eat before nighttime missions. That berry, bilberry. And while the legend is debated, what's clear is this. Bilberries contain compounds that have been scientifically shown to improve microcirculation in the retina, enhance visual acuity, and strengthen the tiny blood vessels behind the eye. Let's break this down. Bilberries are rich in anthocyanins, the same class of plant pigments found in tart cherries and blueberries, but in even more concentrated forms. These compounds have powerful effects on your retinal capillaries, which are responsible for delivering oxygen and nutrients to your photoreceptor cells. In a double-blind, placebo-controlled study published in the Journal of Nutrition, subjects who took bilberry extract daily experienced measurable improvements in night vision, contrast sensitivity, and eye fatigue, especially in dim lighting conditions. This wasn't just feeling better. Researchers measured real, functional changes in how the eye responded to light and darkness. Why does this matter after 60? Because as you age, your capillaries stiffen, microcirculation slows, and the oxygen supply to the retina drops, especially during sleep. That means your visual system gets less fuel to repair itself at night. The result? You wake up with dull, blurred vision, especially in low light. Driving at night becomes harder. Eye strain kicks in faster when reading. This is where bilberry juice can play a key role. The result? You wake up with dull, blurred vision, especially in low light. Driving at night becomes harder. Eye strain kicks in faster when reading. This is where bilberry juice can play a key role. Here's what the research shows. Anthocyanins in bilberries increase blood flow to the retina, reduce oxidative stress in photoreceptor cells, protect against retinal thinning and age-related macular degeneration, and even improve adaptation to darkness, a common challenge for older adults. But there's more. Anthocyanins also stabilize collagen, the protein structure that makes up the eye's connective tissue, including the blood vessels. This means stronger, more elastic capillaries and less risk of leakage or microbleeds in the retina, something that becomes more common after 60, especially in people with diabetes or high blood pressure. Now, let's get practical again. How to use it? Look for cold-pressed, 100% bilberry juice, not mixed berry blends. Drink about 3 to 4 ounces, diluted in water, about 30 minutes before bed. For added benefit, pair it with a small protein-rich snack like a few almonds. This helps anthocyanins absorb more steadily through the gut. Store the juice in a dark container. Light destroys anthocyanins quickly. You may be asking, can I just eat blueberries instead? Yes, blueberries are helpful, but bilberries contain up to 4 times more anthocyanins by volume. They're the heavy hitters of the berry family when it comes to eye health and circulation. Here's a helpful analogy. Think of your eyes like a city that repairs itself every night. Bilberry juice doesn't just provide the bricks. It reopens the roads so materials and cleanup crews can actually reach the work site. And the most common improvement users report? Less eye fatigue, especially after screen time, nighttime driving, or reading in dim lighting. Now, we'll take a surprising turn to a juice that most people associate with gut health, not eye repair. But when you blend aloe vera with blueberries, something amazing happens inside your ocular tissue. Let's look at the anti-inflammatory duo that can deeply hydrate your eyes and even help your tear glands bounce back. When you hear aloe vera, you probably think of sunburns or digestive health. But what most people don't realize is that aloe vera, when taken internally, can significantly reduce systemic inflammation, support hydration at the cellular level, and yes, help restore moisture to the eyes. And when you combine it with blueberries, something remarkable happens. Let's unpack this with the science. First, aloe vera. In a 2012 study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology, researchers found that oral aloe extract decreased markers of inflammation, specifically pro-inflammatory cytokines like TNF-alpha and interleukin-6, both of which are closely linked to dry eye syndrome and age-related ocular surface disease. Why does this matter? Because dry eyes aren't always about water loss. More often, they're caused by inflammation of the lacrimal glands, the glands that produce your tears, and inflammation in the tiny oil-secreting glands on the edge of your eyelids. When those become inflamed, they either underperform or completely shut down. Now here's the kicker. Aloe vera contains asamanin, a polysaccharide that helps modulate immune response, reduce oxidative stress, and promote epithelial healing, meaning it helps restore the thin tissue on the surface of your eye. Add to that blueberries, which we talked about earlier as being rich in anthocyanins, and you now have a two-part system. Aloe to reduce inflammation and hydrate cells. Blueberries to nourish retinal blood flow and strengthen fragile eye vessels. Together, they work from both the surface and the back of the eye, improving your tear film, stabilizing oil secretion, and boosting the antioxidant defense system of your retina. Now let's talk about how to use this blend properly. Recipe plus protocol. Use food-grade aloe vera juice. Look for decolorized and purified varieties, with 99% aloe and no added sugar. Blend 2 ounces of aloe juice with half a cup of fresh or frozen blueberries and half a cup of water. Drink this 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Optional. Add a teaspoon of chia seeds. They're rich in omega-3s, which also support tear production. This drink is gentle on the stomach and can double as a natural sleep aid because both aloe and blueberries help regulate blood sugar, which, if it spikes or crashes at night, can interfere with both sleep and ocular hydration. But here's something you won't hear in most health videos. Aloe vera also helps the gut-eye axis. Yes, that's a real thing. New studies are showing that gut health directly influences eye health. How? Through the gut microbiome's influence on systemic inflammation and immune signaling. By improving gut lining integrity and reducing leakiness, aloe indirectly helps reduce the immune overactivation that can damage the eyes, especially in autoimmune-related dry eye conditions like Sjogren's syndrome. Now, quick heads up. Some people are sensitive to aloe juice. Start slow. If you notice stomach discomfort, reduce the dose or switch brands. And make sure it's purified, food-grade aloe, not topical gel. Here's what viewers have reported after adding this combo at night. Less redness in the morning. More stable, less gritty tear film. Smoother transitions between light and dark environments. If this insight is helping you, tap the like button. It lets me know you value this kind of practical, science-backed guidance. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because the next juice is a surprising one. It's often misunderstood, but when used strategically before bed, it can supercharge blood flow to the eyes, enhancing oxygen delivery, detox, and recovery. That juice. Beet juice. Let's explore how this vibrant root can support nighttime vision regeneration, especially if you struggle with optic nerve fatigue or slow visual adjustment in low light. This one might surprise you. Beet juice, usually associated with athletic performance, is one of the most powerful, research-backed drinks for improving blood flow to the eyes. And that's a game changer when it comes to blurry vision, dry eyes, and retinal fatigue after 60. Let's start with what beet juice does at the vascular level. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, not the bad kind found in processed meats, but the kind that your body converts into nitric oxide, NO. And nitric oxide is like nature's vascular relaxer. It signals your blood vessels to dilate, improving oxygen and nutrient delivery throughout your body, including the tiny, delicate capillaries feeding your retina and optic nerve. Here's what the research says. In a 2017 study published in Nitric Oxide, Biology and Chemistry, older adults who consumed beetroot juice daily showed significant improvements in cerebral blood flow and endothelial function. That same mechanism, increased nitric oxide, is critical for the ocular circulation system, which naturally declines with age. After 60, the vessels behind your eyes, especially the choroid and retinal vasculature, tend to narrow, stiffen, or become less responsive to oxygen demand. That leads to symptoms like blurry vision, especially when shifting focus, light sensitivity, eye fatigue by evening, slower visual recovery after strain. But here's the good news. You can reverse part of that decline by opening those vessels back up. Beet juice, consumed at night, helps preload the body with nitric oxide precursors, allowing your ocular system to repair itself more efficiently while you sleep. Why drink it at night? Because overnight, your eyes, like your brain, go through a detox and repair cycle. But that only happens efficiently if blood flow is adequate. Beet juice helps ensure that your optic tissues are fully nourished during that vital window. And here's something fascinating. Nitric oxide doesn't just improve blood flow. It also reduces oxidative stress and inflammation in the endothelial lining of your blood vessels, making your entire ocular system more resilient over time. Let's make this actionable. Beet juice protocol for eye health. Drink 3 to 5 ounces of beetroot juice about 1 hour before bed. Choose cold-pressed or nitrate-stabilized beet juice. No added sugar or artificial flavors. If the taste is too strong, mix it with 1 ounce of pomegranate juice, another nitric oxide booster. For added benefit, combine this with a brisk 10-minute walk after dinner. Physical movement amplifies nitric oxide response. Now, a quick note on who should be cautious. If you have low blood pressure, consult your doctor. Beet juice can enhance vasodilation enough to lower blood pressure temporarily. And if you see pink or red urine after drinking it, don't worry. That's harmless and quite common. It's called bacteria. One more visual analogy to bring this home. Imagine your retina as a high-performance camera. But over time, the wiring gets rusty, the lens fogs, and the power supply weakens. Beet juice helps restore the power supply, bringing fresh electricity, oxygen, and nutrients to sharpen focus, reduce eye strain, and improve your night vision recovery. Users who've added beet juice to their evening protocol often report clearer vision upon waking, reduced eye heaviness or pressure, and in some cases, better endurance for night driving or reading. And it's not just anecdotal. New trials are underway to explore beetroot's effect on glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, and even early macular degeneration, all conditions deeply tied to microvascular dysfunction. Now, we'll tie everything together. Because drinking these juices works best when you follow the right timing, rotation, and avoidance strategy. The night protocol: when, how, and how much to drink these juices for results. So now that you know the what, let's talk about the how. Because even the best juice won't help your vision if you drink it at the wrong time, in the wrong amount, or combined with foods that block absorption. This is where most people unknowingly sabotage their progress. Now, I'll walk you through the night vision repair protocol, a simple, science-backed weekly system to help you rebuild eye moisture, reduce inflammation, and support deep retinal recovery as you sleep. The foundation principle: time it like medicine. Every juice we've discussed, Tart cherry, Bilberry, Aloe blueberry blend, and beet, works best in the hour before bed. Why? Because that's when your body begins shifting into parasympathetic, rest and repair, mode, and your glymphatic system begins its detox cycle. If you nourish your eyes right before this window, you're giving them the fuel they need at the exact time they need it. Let's break down the protocol. Night Vision Repair Protocol, 7-day cycle. Day 1, Tart cherry juice. Purpose: boost melatonin, improve retinal antioxidant defense. Amount: 4 ounces unsweetened tart cherry juice. Timing: 60 minutes before bed. Avoid calcium-rich snacks within an hour. Day 2, bilberry juice. Purpose: strengthen night vision and retinal capillary health. Amount: 3 to 4 ounces pure bilberry juice, diluted in water. Timing: 30 minutes before bed. Optional. Pair with 4 to 5 almonds for better absorption. Day 3, Aloe plus blueberry blend. Purpose: reduce inflammation, hydrate the tear film, support epithelial repair. Blend recipe: 2 ounces food-grade aloe juice. Half cup fresh or frozen blueberries. Half cup water. Drink 45 minutes before sleep. Day 4, beet juice. Purpose: boost nitric oxide, improve ocular blood flow. Amount: 3 to 5 ounce beetroot juice. Timing: 60 minutes before bed. Bonus: take a short 10-minute walk after dinner to enhance nitric oxide effects. Day 5, rest, or repeat your favorite. If you notice a specific juice works better for your vision or sleep, repeat it here. Avoid doing all 4 back-to-back for too many days. Your body needs time to adapt. Day 6. Aloe plus blueberry again. Think of this as your anti-inflammatory reset day. This drink helps keep your eyes hydrated and supports gut-eye signaling. Day 7. Mix of Tart cherry plus bilberry. Use 2 ounces of each. Great combo for both melatonin support and retinal circulation. Drink 45 to 60 minutes before bed. What to avoid before bed? To make the most of these juices, avoid alcohol, dehydrates and inflames eye tissue. Caffeine after 2 p.m. disrupts melatonin production. High-sugar snacks can spike insulin and increase overnight inflammation. Blue light exposure, phones, screens, in the final 30 minutes before sleep. This suppresses natural melatonin and impairs repair. Pro tips for maximum results. Keep a symptom tracker. Note morning dryness, clarity, or strain on a 1 to 10 scale. You'll start to see patterns. Drink your juice slowly, don't gulp it. Sip and let your body absorb gradually. Consider adding a warm compress to your eyes before sleep on aloe or beet juice nights. It helps stimulate your meibomian glands. Now here's what to expect. In the first 3 to 5 days, you might notice slight improvements in morning clarity, less eye itchiness or grittiness, slightly deeper, more refreshing sleep. By week 2, many people report sharper night vision, longer-lasting tear moisture, fewer screen-related flare-ups. This protocol isn't just about juice. It's about giving your body, and especially your eyes, the conditions to heal naturally and consistently. Your vision is not doomed to decline. With the right strategies, it can regenerate, adapt, and stabilize. Now, let's close everything out. I'll walk you through the big takeaways, remind you why this matters so deeply, and give you one simple action to try tonight to kickstart the process. So let's bring it all together. You've just learned something most doctors never explain. That your eyes aren't passively aging, they're asking for support. They're working hard, all night long, to detoxify, repair, and protect themselves. And your job, especially after 60, is to give them the raw materials and the right conditions to do that. Let's recap the key insights. First, we expose the hidden cause behind so many age-related vision complaints. The breakdown of the tear film and the chronic inflammation deep within the retina. Not just dryness, but a lack of nutrients in circulation during your most critical healing window, sleep. Second, we explored 4 powerful, research-backed juices that do more than hydrate. They target the biology of your eyes at the deepest level. Tart cherry juice boosts melatonin and supercharges nighttime cellular repair. Bilberry juice increases retinal circulation and strengthens the capillaries that nourish your photoreceptors. Aloe vera and blueberry blend reduces systemic inflammation and promotes eye surface healing, while supporting gut-eye communication. And beet juice enhances nitric oxide, feeding oxygen-rich blood to your optic nerve and choroid layer, improving night vision and reducing fatigue. Third, we structured it all into the night vision repair protocol, a weekly plan that doesn't overwhelm you, but builds momentum through consistent, low-effort action. Just a few ounces of the right juice at the right time makes all the difference. Now, I want to leave you with a challenge, one small act to take tonight. Choose just one juice and try it before bed. Pick the one that resonates most. Maybe it's the beet juice to boost your night driving clarity. Maybe it's aloe to calm the dryness. Sip it. Sip it slowly. Give your eyes what they've been waiting for. Then notice, not just your vision, but how you feel waking up. Less strain, less irritation, more sharpness, more calm. This is what it feels like to work with your biology, not against it. Because the truth is, aging is not the enemy. Neglect is. And the human body, even after 60, is remarkably capable of healing, adapting, and growing stronger when given the right tools. This protocol is one of those tools, and it's yours now. If this video gave you something new to think about, something useful to act on, hit the like button. It tells the algorithm to show this to more people who might need it. And if you want more science-backed insights, grounded in neuroscience, psychology, and habit change. I'd love for you to subscribe and be part of this community. We're not chasing trends here. We're building a smarter, stronger, healthier life together. Let me know in the comments which juice you're trying tonight. Or if you've seen results already, share it. Someone else might need to hear your story. Until next time, keep taking care of your eyes, and the rest will follow.